And I think this is on point. But speaking of doctors, did you see the post from the surgeon who performed John Mateer's surgery?
I did not.
Okay.
Inform
so John
me,
Mateer is the quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners. He's
a damn good quarterback, too.
Heisman frontrunner as of this week, and now he had to fly out to Los Angeles, and Tuesday had hand surgery. But the surgeon, Dr. Stephen S. Shin, posted or sent out a note after the surgery that said, "We are pleased to report that Mr. Mateer successfully underwent an open reduction in the internal fixation of a thumb fracture. The procedure was completed without complications, and post-operative recovery is progressing as expected. Based on our team's evaluation, Mr. Mateer is anticipated to be cleared for full competition in 15 to 21 days."
Okay.
Now, the original reports were 3 to 4 weeks, but 15 to 21 days is 2 weeks.
It is.
And the surgery was done Tuesday. Yesterday, when this came out, would have been 15, well, on Friday, or yesterday would have been, today is 15 days to that game.
Right.
Right? So I guess, to your point, and what Babalu said, and me not, it's his hand, it's his thumb, can he grip the ball? Because, again, the further injury risk is one thing. I just am, as a quarterback, you have to be able to grip the football and get if it's a thumb thing, and you got to get your full grip. But this son of a gun played the whole game with a broken thumb and beat Auburn. So I know his level of pain tolerance is high. But I would guess if you're Brett Venables and if there's no risk of further injury, which anytime you throw the football and you're hitting helmets and hands and there's injury coming, but can he grip the ball? Can he literally grip it and be as accurate as he needs to be would be my concern. But if the doctor says cleared for full competition, which would mean to me contact, 15 to 21 days, well, that's 15 days from today is the Texas OU game. 8 days from tomorrow is the Florida game. 7 more days will be Texas OU by my calendar. So there we go. Keep that out there. I know Oklahoma fans are hopeful that young guy will be there. Babalu just said he expects to see he and DJ Lagway. And the DJ Lagway injury news is promising because, when we told you yesterday he was in a walking boot, but doctors put people in walking boots all the time just to immobilize the foot, whatever's going on. And then you take it off. Like
the tight end for Michigan, as I pay attention to Michigan, he was in a walking boot but played that week.
Well,
right?
A lot of injured players, well, they get in the walking boot all the time when they're not practicing or playing, right? They want to immobilize it to give it as much healing. And usually, I've been to aligned foot and ankle, so I'm doing, shockwave therapy and warm laser therapy, and that stuff is magical, man. I'm just telling you. I will tell you when they do the shockwave therapy in my ankle, it hurts, man. They go from 0 shock to 15, and I think I got as high as 13. But man, it jolts.
Dang!
But you're restoring the tissue,
sure.
Especially because I've told you when they found out that I have a little fracture of a bone, and when she hits that area, oh man, grimace.
Grimace.
Give me something to bite on. But golly, what it's done for my ankles is restorative, man. It's been great. So, those young guys at these big facilities are getting all the treatment and putting boots on and all that. Because she did tell me, Dr. Ho Ellsworth, she said, there might be a point where I want to do some stem cell injections, and then I would put you in a boot for a week to immobilize it so you're not moving it around and letting it do its job.
Yeah.
So all that's going on. So I'm kind of with Babalu at this point. I never thought we wouldn't see DJ Lagway, but maybe John Mateer does play. Maybe he does get out there and grip it and spin it and play against Texas, which would be great. You want him at full strength. If you're going to get your rival, it'll be Michael Hawkins if it's not. But I thought that was an interesting piece of news that the doctor put out. 15 to 21 days. Optimistic about that?
I mean, he's going to want to play. He can miss the Kent State game. He's definitely going to want to play in Red River. That's part of the reason he went to Oklahoma.
Can I just mention Kent State this year's already played Texas Tech, Florida State, and now Oklahoma.
I mean, maybe they're going to get. Maybe their thought process was because they've been a bad team for a few years now, one of the worst.
No, this is revenue
football.
Generation.
Well, this
is ass kicked for a paycheck. That's what that is.
I'm prepping you for the Mid-American Conference
with all that money in your pocket.
Yeah, that's fine.
The only thing wrong with those paycheck games is when you schedule them and lose, and you got to cut a check to somebody and they walk in and beat you.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Yeah, that's never good.
Like New Mexico did to UCLA.
That gets you fired.
Oh, that got him fired. Yes.
Yes, it did. Your paycheck game. That game was at UCLA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Deshaun Foster. That was it.
Wasn't in New Mexico. I can tell you that.
Oh my gosh, I knew that. Why would UCLA travel to New Mexico? But yes, so that's what that is. But yeah, Kent State. That's I grew up in Akron, Ohio. Kent State's right there. That's where
the Golden Flashes.
That's where Nick Saban began his coaching career.
That's where Julian Edelman played quarterback.
That's right. You're right. Antonio Gates.
That's right. He played a little basketball there, didn't he?
Antonio Gates, yeah. Well, because my dad and mom both attended. My dad graduated from Akron, but he took classes at Kent State because they're about 10 minutes apart.
What is a golden flash? Can we ask him that?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. But gosh, I don't even know why we're talking about Kent State. But Jack Lambert, the great Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, was a great player there. And that's where Nick Saban began, because Nick Saban is from originally right across the border there in West Virginia. Growing up in Kent State. So there you go. That's who Oklahoma will play. John Mateer will not play this weekend, but looking more and more like he may play against Texas. Which
I want to see that. I know probably some Texas fans don't, because they want to beat up on Oklahoma. I get it, but I want best on best. And I think it'd be good for the team to go against one of the better quarterbacks in the college football ranks right now.
And, he came in with a lot of hype, but, man, if you've watched him for 4 games, he's a difference maker's difference maker. He's what you hope Arch Manning evolves into.
Yeah.
I would say don't expect that right this second, but you hope he gets there, because he's the impact he has on the game in all phases, and is just his grit and his toughness. Again, to play after he broke that thumb on a pass that he threw where a defender, as he came through with his throwing motion, there was his hand. They collided hands, and he broke his thumb. That was in the first quarter of that game. And he went on to throw for 271 yards and lead a game-winning touchdown drive down the field inside 4 minutes of the football game. That's a big-time player right there. I think everybody that's seen him knows that. But because the question was, when he came from Washington State, if this is a huge level up from the Pac-12 into the SEC. I will still say he's already had an injury. His style of play in the SEC, you got to be careful. I know that was just a hand injury while you're throwing the football, and that can happen on any play with a pass rush. Same time, the way he runs, and he is their leading rusher at Oklahoma, that quarterbacks who lead their team in rushing in the SEC typically don't play full seasons, right? They have injury. It doesn't hit the guy his size. He's not the biggest dang dude. He's not Tim Tebow over there running around. All right. Let me give you some Steve Sarkisian, because this is what we all want to know. How's he going to watch all these games this weekend? We're all watching these games this weekend. He's going to be kicking back because Sark and his staff were out recruiting last night. They'll be out recruiting tonight for Friday high school football, fanning out, looking at their prospects and their top commitments. But Sark was asked by one of the members, how do you watch all these games on Saturday when you don't have a game of your own? Do we have the gizmo, Jack? There we go.
I'm an early riser, so I'll probably watch that. I think that's fun. That's great for college football. I don't even know where it is this week. I'm sure it's somewhere great. And then I don't know the time slots of the games yet, but I'll know, hey, I'm going to watch Alabama, Georgia. It's going to be a great game. I want to see that game. I think it's this week. I don't know. I haven't seen all that. I think Ohio State, I think Oregon's at Penn State. I think that's obviously a great game for college football. I'll probably watch Mississippi State, Tennessee. I think that's this weekend, knowing Mississippi State's down the road. I think Florida has a bye, so it's not like I can watch them. So you just start watching the games. I think LSU is at Ole Miss this week, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that's next week. I don't know. But there's just great games. And I have colleagues in the profession that I know I'm going to want to watch, and because they're friends of mine that I want to watch those guys play. But other times it's just great games that are being played. And honestly, I'll probably watch it until the wee hours of the night. I'll be honest with you. I watched the end of the USC-Michigan State game last week.
Sicko.
Some of you probably didn't. I don't know, but I did. It's just that's what I do. It's what I get to do what I love. I love what I do. I'm a fan of our sport first, and so I'll watch as many as I can,
And he went on to say he does not like the quad box, though. His ADD kicks in, and I'm like, Sark, we're the same, but I love the quad box.
Quad box a little much. I do use it a lot, but I have to go. I have to hone in on it sometimes.
Somebody asked me, "Hey, are you getting paid by YouTube to talk about the quad box all the time?" No, I'm not. I wish I was. I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. Hey, you're the sales guy. Why don't you go sell that to YouTube? Get us in there. But I don't. Maybe I have a misdiagnosis of ADD, but it's like the thing I don't like is when there are 4 games on and I'm only watching one of them. That's when my ADD kicks in. I'm like, what's going on in that other game? I can only see the one.
Yeah.
Now, I have a big television screen, so that's good. But I put those 4 boxes up, and I, at least in my, maybe as my daughter taught me when she was younger, it's called FOMO, like fear of missing out, she taught me. It's like, Dad, I have to go to this party, or I have to go to this event. I'm like, why? You don't even like any of these people.
I don't want to miss out on it.
Yeah, it's FOMO, Dad. I'm like, well, what do you mean FOMO? Fear of missing out. That's what I have when it comes to games on television. I'm like, I don't want to miss that game. Like, there could be a play I need to see. So I'm the opposite of you and Sark. I'm like, no, give me more overstimulation, please, when it comes to my TV watching. I'll have 4 of them at 2:30. I'll have 3 or 4 of them at 11, and I'll have 2 at 6:30. And are you with Kirk Herbstreit, who's had a gripe this week? Kirk Herbstreit said, why couldn't they have staggered those games? Two of the biggest games of the year in college football on the same day. They both kick off at the same time. One on NBC, one is on ABC. Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Penn State. What he said is, why can't you start one at 6:30, one at 7:30, or one at 6 and 7? Stagger them.
Yeah, I agree.
I would totally agree with that. I don't know that it would diminish the TV ratings of either, because I would watch the first full one on my own big screen, and then I'd dual box it until but you'd have, like, instead of 3 hours of football, or 3.5, you'd have like 6 hours of football.
Yeah. It is wild to say with this game too, Alabama has never gone to Athens in the Kirby Smart era.
I know.
That is a crazy stat. So I would have liked them to put that game maybe at 6, because you want to see a true night game, whiteout. We haven't been treated that in a while for Penn State. I think they played Illinois last year in their one whiteout game. But remember the playoffs, how that was? I was kind of sleepy because it was like an early game, and Ohio State was a day game. Big noon kickoffs.
Thank God for the dual box. But I agree.
Right.
I agree with Herbie on that.
Yeah, I do too. You would like at least an hour.
And it's all about the almighty dollar, and they want. But I don't think it would diminish.
I think it actually would help.
Yeah, I think if you staggered it an hour each direction. I think you would actually increase
I agree.
the ratings. That's my opinion.